Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. We are going into our 6th year homeschooling with a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, and 1-year-old. And today I'm excited to share with you our choices for 1st grade for the upcoming school year. Alright, so if you have not seen it yet, make sure to go to this video right here. I'll also link it down below where you can check out our group subjects. So these are going to be things like our social studies, our science, Bible, all of that fun stuff that we will be doing with both my 5th grader and my 1st grader. So for 1st grade specifically, we like to focus on reading, writing, and math, and everything else like social studies and science. He's just kind of along for the ride with that. He's not going to be doing notebooking or anything like that. He's simply just going to be reading the books with us, doing observations, any fun little experiments, things like that. For me, K through 2 is really just about getting down the basics of reading and writing and learning how to do math and, you know, logical thinking, and still doing lots of play and things like that. So I'm excited to share with you what we're going to be using. A lot of the stuff that we're using should be no surprise if you've been around here for a little while. So let's start with reading first. So in kindergarten, I planned to use Sing, Spell, Read, and Write until I felt like he was ready to use All About Reading in 1st grade. And we ended up using All About Reading starting in October of kindergarten. So he's actually probably going to finish up All About Reading level 1 probably a few months into the new school year, and then we're just going to jump straight into All About Reading level 2, and this is where it really gets it. So I have a feeling we are starting our new school year at the very end of June, beginning of July. I have a feeling he'll probably be done with All About Reading level 1 in maybe August or September, and then I think that level 2 is going to take him the entire year, if not into 2nd grade, because this is really where a lot of it happens, is right here in level 2. So he really loves All About Reading. He loves the readers, the activities, and he's still also doing his Bob books along with these. He really loves the Bob books, so that's what we're going to be doing for reading as well. So for kindergarten and 1st grade, we don't really do a spelling curriculum. I feel like as they're learning how to read, they're also learning how to spell, especially when, you know, you have consonant, vowel, consonant words like dog, where it's spelled exactly like it sounds, and even, you know, long vowels with a silent E at the end. Those are easy rules to remember. So what I like to do in kindergarten, we didn't hardly do any spelling type stuff at all. But for 1st grade, what I did was I got these consonant, vowel, consonant worksheet type things. So basically what you're gonna do is first you start out, you know, you have bed, b-ed. So you just put in the missing vowel. They have ones where you do the beginning sound. What do you hear at the beginning? So you go beginning, then the middle sound, then the ending sound, and then eventually they'll be able to do the whole thing by themselves. Honestly, this is probably something we could have done in kindergarten. I think he's probably going to be able to do most, if not all, of the sounds on his own, or at least I think he'll definitely be able to do these without much hesitation. But this is just kind of what I like to do for spelling in that kindergarten 1st grade year. I'm also not really big on teaching grammar until about 3rd or 4th grade. And honestly, you can actually teach all of the rules of grammar within about 1 year. For us, there's just some basic things that we're going to be talking about this year. For instance, nouns. So I got this grammar pack off of Teachers Pay Teachers. Both of these I got from Teachers Pay Teachers, this and the spelling. They're very inexpensive, and they can be used over, you know, like kindergarten, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. So I have a feeling we'll get our use out of them eventually, but I'm not planning on doing a ton of these, maybe a couple of times a week just to kind of mix things up a little bit. But basically for this one, you're sorting the nouns by person, place, or thing. They're going to cut it out, so this is good for his motor skills, and so then he'll be able to cut and paste and just talk about nouns. He kind of already gets the idea of nouns from when we do our funny fill-ins. So yeah, just adding a little bit, things like nouns, capital letters, punctuation, that type of stuff is what we're going to be working on this year. So for speaking of copywork and handwriting, we are going to be doing, I got these from the Ambleside Online Facebook group. He is considered Form 1 in 1st grade, and so first what they have is they write their name and their date, And then they are going to be tracing the copywork the first day, for the first week. And then the second day, they are just going to write it. So I know for my oldest, he really didn't have a lot of stamina to write a lot, you know, and I mean, we like to set a timer for 5 minutes, do as much handwriting as you can in 5 minutes, make it as neat as you can. So actually this paper where he's no longer tracing, this top part might take a day and this bottom part might take a day. That's okay. We're just really focused on letter formation and seeing, okay, you know, this is quotation mark, comma, we have a period, we have capital letters. So again, we're incorporating grammar into our copywork as well. And we're also learning how to do our handwork neatly. And we did not do this at all last year where he's writing words on his own. So we're gonna work on writing sentences this year on his own. That's going to be our big goal for the whole year, is eventually getting to the point where he can write a full sentence in his own handwriting. So if you've been on my channel before, you're not going to be surprised to know that we are going to be doing BJU Math 1. Last year he did Interactive Math K by the Crafty Classroom, and I was not a huge fan, but I think that it will prepare him plenty for this one. I am very glad to see that this one has them practicing their numbers, because the curriculum he did last year did not at all. So that will be good for him to be able to practice his numbers in his handwriting. And so yeah, I'm excited for him to start this. It's very bright and colorful. I'm not 100% sure on his learning style yet, but he seems to be a bit of a visual learner, and my oldest absolutely loves BJU Math, and I think that my upcoming first grader is going to love it as well. So we are obviously going to be incorporating things like social studies, science, like I said, into our group subjects, as well as Bible, read alouds, all of that good stuff. And as I said, he's just kind of along for the journey at this point, but that's pretty much everything. Kindergarten, first grade, maybe even second grade is really just about having fun and really learning what it's like to go to school and learning all of the things that you kind of need as your foundation. So let me know down in the comments what you guys are planning on using. Are you planning on using any of these things? I love talking with you guys down in the comments about homeschool curriculum, and I hope you guys are having a good rest of your year and beginning of next year. I can't believe we are at the end of our homeschool year and going to be starting a new one very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.